powerlifting makes you powerful because the barbell, the weight you're lifting, whatever it is that you're doing in your lifting session is what is like life. That's kind of how I see it. And that's sort of how I've sort of translated my recent kind of departure from being able to lift heavy as a way to sort of make my life better, to work on my businesses, to work on my job, to work on myself. Because the reality is, you know, you just imagine benching 45 pounds on a bar, right? I mean, you're going to only push 45 pounds of force. You know, maybe you'll push a little bit more. Maybe you'll push to a point where when you bench fast, your shoulders come off the bench a little bit. But it's still not going to be 300 pounds of force because there's just not enough weight. And guess what happens when there's 100 pounds on there? Well, you push with 100 pounds of force. And if you do 10 reps, well, you do 100 pounds of force 10 times, right? And I say this because there was this video posted by Vince DeMonte talking about baby weights, and Elliot Hulse had this blog post that I read, and they were talking about how, you know, baby, you don't need heavy weights to build muscle, or I forgot exactly everything in the video. You can check it out. But I filmed this video yesterday while I was bench pressing, and I kind of did like a vlog style. Being tuned for that one because that's actually a really good episode, I think, for my channel. But I'm bringing this up because I made this comment, right? I made this comment and I said, you know, I basically said those 2 to 3 seconds under a 1 rep max or a 3 rep max or some heavy ass weight that is at your limit is a moment where you disappear in life, where all your focus becomes so intense for such a short period of time. And then also, not just that, but the build up to those 1 to 3 seconds that you're gonna give it all you got, where there is the risk of snapping some shit up or just like getting hurt or doing something, lifting something you probably shouldn't. You know, that's sort of like what I love. I love what that feels like, of being able to conquer and overcome that weight. And the best lifts, if you've seen, you know, powerlifting is when you see those fucking grinders, man, you just see it, right? And if you really know powerlifting well and you've powerlifted and you've seen other people lift and you see a squat and they hit a sticking point, you know, and it's maybe a quarter second, to that person lifting, it feels like eternity. And if it's 2 seconds, it feels like time has stopped and nothing is moving, and part of you wants to, like, you don't even know, you don't have enough time to think, you just push and you push yourself. And you know, and someone made this comment that sort of like got me pissed off, honestly. He says, if you have to disappear 2 to 3 seconds for your life, there's something wrong with your life. And you know, the reality is, you know, fuck you. I mean, who are you to judge whether my life is good or not? That's the first thing I wanted to say, which I didn't say. Also, I wanted to say, like, fuck, dude, I was just like, maybe there is something wrong with me. That was my actual comment. And I'm saying this because, look, like, the weight room, what you do in the gym, what you do in your diet, what you do in your life. I mean, I think what you do in your workouts and everything else is basically accumulation of everything you want to accomplish. And powerlifting, strength training, being able to overcome heavy ass weight is really the meal ticket. It's life pushing on you, the bar on your back, and then you pushing yourself to grind that fucker up, and don't let it stop you. You know, and it's for that moment that you have to make the choice. Actually, not that moment, but building up to that moment where you decide that you're not going to be a pussy and you're going to fucking beat that weight, and it's not going to beat you. And you make that decision well before you get under the bar. You pump yourself up, you squeeze the bar, however it is you set up, whether you slam your back on the bench to pull your shoulder blades together, whether you push your toes into the ground, whether you brace your abs, you take a bigger deep breath, because you know what? You could miss and you could get hurt. And you can fail and you can look stupid, or you could just know how weak you are, but you're not weak. So you fucking finish the lift. And then guess what? You fucking do it again. And why do you do it? Who knows? Sometimes I bet you don't even know sometimes why you do it. Sometimes you do it because of what you watch on a video on YouTube. Other times you do it because it's just what you've always done. But there's this amazing high that you get that you can't get anywhere else when you accomplish a weight that you think you cannot do, where you thought that you couldn't do it, or there was a moment where the bar was going to crush you and your shoulder was going to get hurt, or maybe just something, there was some level of uncertainty with a combination of danger where you just fucking made it. And that video is coming up, that little vlog style video. I gotta edit it, but man, I just wanted to make a quick video. I got a client, I got to train, but I'm like just stopped waiting. Thanks for watching.